This beautiful 15th century church had the hand of a stonemason's son in its redesign during the 1800s. But surprisingly, he went on to become a world-renowned literary genius. So I'll enlighten you as to who he was and where I am in just a moment. Today, I'm helping a pair of lifelong romantics find a new home to fall in love with.
As you can see, oh yeah.
Are you having a moment?
Loads of
I'm
colours.
having a moment.
Oh! So, will it be a match made in heaven? We've taken your breath away, haven't we?
You have, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Today, I'm in Dorset in the village of Turnworth. Now, in 1869, it was the author Thomas Hardy, then an apprentice architect, whose hand helped redesign the nave here at St Mary's Church. Now, of course, that hand went on to write several literary masterpieces a few years later. Although Hardy was an atheist, he struck up a lifelong friendship with the church's rector, the Reverend Thomas Perkins, and even affectionately based one of his characters on him, Mr Woodwell, a Baptist minister. The county of Dorset is located in the southwest of England on the English Channel coast. Covering a little over 1,000 square miles, it remains a largely rural region, dotted with many small villages, a few small towns and no cities. William the Conqueror had one of the first English castles using stone constructed here in the 11th century. Known as Corfe, meaning cutting or gap, its hill is a result of the eroding action of two streams. And Dorset's diverse geology can also be seen at one of only 3 major shingle structures in Britain, Chesil Beach. This 18-mile spit is separated from the mainland for much of its length by a body of water. Called the Fleet Lagoon, it's a haven for wildlife, including a large managed colony of mute swans. At one time known for both button making and biscuit baking, the savoury Dorset knob biscuit is named after a local button of similar appearance and is now only produced by one company in the county. But though some traditions are now hard to find, the continued influence of agriculture is very much in evidence. Over 3/4 of Dorset's areas of outstanding natural beauty are farmland, with sheep and cattle grazing parts that are too wet, steep or inhospitable for crops. So, whether you're after a nibble on an elusive savoury knob, a romp around the ruins of a castle, or just somewhere to sit down and admire the view, Dorset is a gorgeous county to plan an escape to. So, let's cut to the chase. Buying property in Dorset comes with a hefty price tag. The average cost of a detached home here is around £357,000. Now that's £57,000 above the national figure. So buyers, it seems, are willing to pay a premium for the beauty of Dorset's countryside and coastline. And with such a great quality of life on offer, official statistics have proven that, on average, Dorset residents have the longest life expectancy in Britain. So, for anyone thinking of moving to this part of the country, that's great news, including today's buyers. Lynn and Charles from Wokingham, Berkshire first got together at a Valentine's Day disco in 1971. They've now been married for over 40 years and the honeymoon period is still going strong.
We send love letters to each other. It's just an expression, a formal expression of what we feel about each other.
We keep the spark alive in our relationship, first of all, by always considering each other. I might cook a special meal and decorate the dining room up with candles and things.
It's not all about diamond rings, you know, it is more about the little things, the bunch of flowers that were unexpected, coming home early, you know, and it's things like that that I think make the difference.
But whilst romance is blooming in their relationship, things are not so rosy when it comes to living in a commuter town within earshot of the M4.
I feel it's just got too busy over the years, got too congested.
You hear the thrum in the distance of, you know, just that low-pitched noise of the motorway. It's gone from a relatively small market town with a few outlying groups of houses to, you know, almost end-to-end houses, no matter where you turn in Wokingham these days.
Now that Charles is in the process of retiring from his job in IT and their grown-up son no longer lives at home, they're going in search of a new life in the country.
We've spent the last couple of years sort of wandering around, looking at different areas. We've ended up looking in Dorset, around Blandford Forum area. We found it to be the nicest place in, you know, the south coast.
We do envisage ourselves getting really involved in village life and joining things. I am looking forward to having more time to do more cooking because it is a passion of mine. I have got over 200 books up in my library upstairs.
It will be a fresh chapter, and of course, these die-hard romantics are only expecting an even more happy ever after.
I think the impact of the move will make our relationship even stronger because we'll be able to do all the things we want to do together.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really looking forward to, you know, being able to spend more time together and you know, just enjoying life to the full.
Lynn and Charles want to focus their search around the Blandford Forum area. There have been some exciting recent developments in their house move, so we're meeting in Dorset to discuss what they want for their new home.
Well, Charles and Lynn, welcome, a very warm welcome to Dorset today.
Thank you very much, Vicky.
I think it'd be fair to say time is of the essence, wouldn't it?
It is, yes.
Am I right in thinking you've sold your house in the last month?
Correct.
Charles has retired
Yes.
in the last month. And you've moved to Dorset and you're now renting?
Yes.
That is extraordinary. That's what I call commitment to the cause.
We just took it on and said, right, let's do it.
And you're very close as a couple, aren't
We
you?
are, yes.
I'm going to call you the sweethearts. I know you've been married for a long time, but it's so lovely to see, very much in love. But I'm going to introduce somebody else into this marriage, hopefully, and that is your next property.
Right.
There's going to be
Yes.
three of you.
Yes,
You look
that's
worried
fine.
there for a minute. So what are we looking for with this property?
We'd like 4 bedrooms if there's no separate dining room because we do dine formally every night. A good-sized kitchen because I'm passionate about cooking. If possible, an ensuite like we had before, and it would be nice to have some additional extras like a conservatory and a utility room, but we're in your hands because you'll probably show us something we never ever thought of looking for.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great to hear.
So
You want to be stretched, do you?
we do, yes. I want our imagination stretched.
Do you want to be remote? Do you want to be close to a community?
Yeah, we need a bit of community. I mean, we don't want to be isolated in the country. We want other people round about. We want to be part of a village life.
Can we agree on the budget? Remind us of our top amount today.
500 to 530.
Right. And that's for the perfect home.
That would have
Yes.
to be absolutely perfect.
Feeling the pressure, but we're going to rise to the challenge. So shall we jump in the car and get started?
Yes,
Absolutely.
please. I can't
Right.
wait.
Let's
Right.
go.
So, for a maximum budget of £530,000, Charles and Lynn's Dorset dream home includes a large kitchen, a dedicated dining room and 4 bedrooms. They'd also like a conservatory, utility room and access to village life. We've got an incredible selection of houses to show them, which could really offer that imaginative spin on their wish list. At each, I'll be getting them to guess the price before I reveal it. The final tour will be our mystery house, which could just give rise to split opinions. We're starting our search in the small village and parish of Woolland. 3.5 miles away, the larger village of Anstey provides a pub, farm shop and post office facilities. Whilst back in Woolland, quiet country lanes and footpaths meander past the Church of St Mary, built by Gilbert Scott in the early decorated style and featuring both Bath and Ham stone. And nearby, our first house sits overlooking a vale.
So I brought you here to see our very first property on this gorgeous day. Let's see if you think your first reaction's gorgeous as well.
It's quite stunning. It's lovely.
Nestled in this location, looking out across the hills, is quite beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful, stunning views.
Your faces look excited. So on that note, let's go and take a look around our
Yes.
first property.
Lovely. Let's go.
Built around 1850 from brick, stone and flint as a gamekeeper's cottage, the porched entranceway takes us into the first reception room.
So let's start off with our sitting room in the cottage.
It's got a nice fire. I presume it's an open fire because I did see chimneys outside.
Yeah, Victorian chimneys as
Yes.
well. This was built around 1850. It's not listed.
Okay.
Which I think walking around actually is quite unusual, a cottage like this, because you'll notice there's lots of wonderful features. What impression does it give to you?
Cosy, but a bit smaller than I was expecting from the outside, to
Yeah.
be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, a nice sitting area, definitely.
It's bright.
Yep. Good start.
Good
Okay,
start.
well, let's walk through, see what you make of the next room.
Okay.
Well, if this sitting room is a little too snug for their needs, next door we satisfy not one but two of their requests.
Now, I know you wanted the separate dining room, didn't you?
I did, yes.
And what else did you want?
Conservatory, yes.
What do we think?
This is very nice.
It's very nice, yes.
This is a lovely living area.
Yes, where you can bring your guests after dinner.
I particularly like the fact that they've kept the flint and the brick and the stone exposed
Yes.
for that character.
You're outside but inside. You know, it's nicely done, it really is.
The conservatory sweeps around this corner of the house past a useful utility and into that all-important kitchen.
Just through here.
It's nice. I would have liked it slightly bigger. I would have liked a bit more floor space, a bit more cupboard space. But it is very nice. I like the breakfast bar idea.
I'm worrying about these 250 cookery books we've got to find
you
a
and
home
me
for.
both.
Don't worry, I'll find somewhere for them.
Is this workable, do you think?
It is workable.
So, bijou, small
Yes,
but perfectly formed.
Yes.
Yep,
Bit
yep.
like myself.
Always gorgeous. Right, let's see what you think of the bedrooms.
Yes.
Right.
Well, they do say good things come in small packages, so let's see what they make of upstairs. Here, a bathroom with shower cubicle and roll-top bath serves the two bedrooms. The first is a small double, and then there's the larger of the two.
Right. Master bedroom.
It's a decent sized room, and they've got a king size bed in it as well. Yeah, and it's bright and early, and nice views. It is lovely. It's beautiful. Yes, it is nice.
So you're saying it's fine, but Charles has given me a very polite face, but a bit disappointed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go
to
on,
be
you
honest,
can say
yeah,
it. You can say it.
Yeah. I was expecting 3, so.
Yeah.
But
You're such a
that's fine.
gentleman, aren't you?
I try.
Oh. Well, I've still got one more thing to show you outside, so
Yep.
if you wouldn't mind leading the way
Yep.
back downstairs,
No problem.
we'll hit the garden.
This country cottage is packed with period features, and outside there's more to persuade them to overlook the lack of guest bedrooms. 3/4 of an acre of grounds include lawn and specimen trees, as well as decking for alfresco dining. There's also a detached double garage and a versatile additional outbuilding.
This is nice. The
nice.
outside space is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It really is.
Beautiful
yeah, definitely
location,
outside.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what you're going to make of the price, shall we? First time. Who would like to hazard a guess?
I would say about 480.
Okay.
Okay, I'm thinking a bit less. I'm going to go 460.
Okay, well, the house has only just gone on the market. I think you're going to be surprised with this. The asking price is £525,000.
All right.
I didn't
Offers
expect
in that region.
Didn't expect that much.
No, I didn't expect that
No.
either.
It does give you a rough guide of the pricing in this part of Dorset. We're in quite an expensive part.
Yep.
But do take the opportunity this time to have a look on your own, and then I'll catch you when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
At the top end of their budget, this former gamekeeper's cottage comes with plenty of period appeal, with feature fireplaces, a dedicated dining room and a conservatory. There's a 3/4 of an acre garden and gorgeous valley views.
As a first viewing, this was a wonderful start, yes. It was more than I expected. When I first walked up the garden, I thought, wow. It had the conservatory, it had the utility room. I did like the bathroom, it was beautiful. And the gardens were just lovely.
The house is lovely, beautifully done inside. A bit smaller than we're probably looking for, but well appointed, and I like the character of the place. This is a great start. I think it's just what we're looking for. It's it's given us something to think about. So yep, we're up for the next one.
Only our first home. We have plenty more to show you.
Excellent.
And this has been exciting. It's been a real eye-opener. We would never have looked at
Yeah,
something
we'd never
like
have looked at this our own.
I like you too. I'll show you some more. Come on.
It's not just the natural landscape that gives Dorset its beauty. Homes and gardens, large and small, present the county with historical interest and horticultural charm. At Athelhampton, this impressive estate has been in the Cook family for 4 generations and was inherited by the current owner, Patrick Cook, at the age of 19. He opened the home and gardens to the public, and his wife Andrea is welcoming Lynn and Charles to give them a taste of this Dorset gem.
So what makes Athelhampton different, unique from all the other stately
Well, I think
homes?
because it's lived in still, I think that gives it a unique feel. It's a very interesting building because it has virtually every period up until the 20th century represented in its architecture. But because the architects were very sensitive to the building and they used the same materials, it takes quite a sharp eye to see which bit is which, actually.
Yeah.
So it's quite clever.
Inside is a journey through time, from the 15th century doorway of the King's anteroom and into the Elizabethan wing of the house, which at that time was in the hands of the Martin family.
So this is one of my favourite rooms. This is the Great Chamber. By this stage, people were starting to think more about the kind of niceties of domestic setting, and hence the beautiful windows.
So what is the significance of the monkey in the stained glass window?
Well, the monkey is the emblem of the Martin family, and there's rather a sweet story about him because he is supposed to haunt this room and he's supposed to be trapped in our secret passage. So hopefully the mechanism's working.
My goodness me.
And voila.
Wow.
So there are all sorts of theories. We don't know whether it was a priest hole. Possibly it was maybe used again to hide royalists, but we rather love it.
As well as being a curious treasure trove of historical conundrums and interest, Athelhampton features 20 acres of gardens, laid in the 19th century Italianate style. And today, Andrea's husband Patrick is in the grounds tending to the topiary.
So what's the history behind the pyramids?
Well, they're about 120 years old. Originally, they were at the corners of rose beds. But 2 world wars, the rose beds got taken away and the trees just got bigger and bigger.
The yew trees receive a more vigorous cut each autumn, but at the beginning of the summer, it's time for a trim.
And all we do this time of year is just tidy up any small imperfections in every side.
4,000 years ago, the ancient Egyptians were creating box hedges, whilst yew cutting was brought into fashion in England during the reign of Charles II. But with 12 giant pyramids to tame here, a petrol-driven tool makes the job a lot less daunting.
Lovely, Charles, you're a natural.
Thank you kindly.
You're booked for the other 47 sides.
Excellent, I'm on.
For those with more modest plots, head gardener Mark Evis has a simple technique that can create a pretty feature on a much smaller scale.
So what are we planting today then?
I'm planting sweet peas. This particular sweet pea is called Beaujolais.
Beaujolais,
There's a new one that we're trying. So what you do is carefully take the sweet peas out.
Yep.
And carefully pull them apart.
The seedlings are placed inside the pyramid as a net will be put on the outside to ward off slugs and other pests.
This is a nice idea. Give
Lovely.
us some nice ideas for our new garden, whatever
Lovely.
that might
Yes,
be.
yeah, oh yeah.
Well, it's back to tending to Charles and Lynn's property search as we look for fertile grounds for them to lay down their own roots here in Dorset. Our next house is located in Ewan Minster. The writer Virginia Woolf stayed in this quintessential English village in the 1920s and wrote of her enchantment with the landscape. The post office doubles up as the village shop, whilst the pub offers luxury accommodation and food as well as pints. Dating from the 12th century, St Mary's is described by Pevsner's architectural guide as the most important and interesting church in the neighbourhood. Within view of its spire, the property we've come to see is located in a residential complex which started life as a farm.
Here is our second proposal for you, our second home. There's about 30 properties in total here. So we're offering you a very different way of life because it really is part of a community. A community, shall we say, over a certain age.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah?
Like a good vintage wine, yes.
So, had you ever considered anything like this?
No,
No.
is the short answer.
Right. Intrigued, fascinated?
Yeah, intrigued,
Yes,
I think.
yeah,
Yeah, I
like
think that's a good
looks
word.
like inside, yeah.
OK, all right, well, then let's start.
Yes, on we go.
A somewhat lukewarm first impression to this detached property, which was the original show home of the development. Converted from a century-old farm building in the 1980s, it has a rather unusual footprint, with a front door leading to a central hallway where we begin our tour.
Right.
I think this is nice and light and bright and airy, and I like the staircase. That's
Yeah, that
absolutely
staircase is
lovely.
beautiful.
That is
Yeah,
really beautiful.
it really is
yes.
gorgeous, yeah. It's much bigger inside than I was expecting.
Really?
This is a little TARDIS, isn't it?
And look at our geography while we're here, because from the outside, it doesn't give you any indication.
No.
No.
We have a downstairs cloakroom. We have a conservatory, which the current owner, because they wanted a separate dining room, they have converted.
Right.
And then down this hallway here, we have a downstairs bedroom with an ensuite bathroom with bath and
Even
shower.
better.
Lovely.
Right, well, shall we take a proper look around?
I'd love to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Directly off the hallway, nestled in the heart of the home, is the kitchen breakfast room.
So we have our kitchen with access to our garden.
Very nice.
It's nice. It's lovely. Nice and bright. Yes.
Yep.
I do like it. I like the cupboards. Yeah.
Loads of space. Yeah.
Large enough to have a
table.
small dining table in
Yep.
here.
This is a
I
good
like
sized
it.
kitchen. Yeah.
That's smashing.
Okay.
Lovely.
Good marks for the kitchen.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yep.
And next to the kitchen is the largest room of the house, a very generous reception space.
Let's take a look at your sitting room.
Oh, this is a nice size lounge. We left a very large lounge in our old house. This,
Look at your eyes light up.
This would suit us perfectly.
Yeah?
Yes. And I love this. That is lovely. Just a sense of bright and light.
And the one thing I'm going to point out is the church. The lady, she got permission to take down a little bit of the wall so you get a cracking view of the church there.
Right.
Ewan Minster is the village and there's the local church.
Yeah, I could see myself having breakfast there on a sunny morning.
Yeah, you could.
Yes.
I think we all agree it's a really good size.
It is.
There's a little alcove, if you look just to the right, and the current owner uses that as her study,
Okay.
which again is
That
somewhere
sounds
for the
feasible.
computer.
Yep. Or books.
Or, oh, yes, my cookery books, yes.
Mini
library.
library.
You found it.
Yeah.
This is good. We like this.
Yeah, this was one of the things I was concerned about, giving up our 4-bed detached villa and downsizing
Yeah.
and having small rooms, and this won't be a problem.
No.
No.
Not at all.
No, this
It
is...
makes the D word a little less painful,
It
does
does,
it?
it does,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you fancy taking a look upstairs?
Yeah,
love
absolutely
to.
do. Yep.
So, a very positive response to the spacious accommodation on the ground floor of this farm building conversion. And the TARDIS-like dimensions continue upstairs, where there are 2 further ensuite bedrooms, starting with what could be their master.
This is lovely.
This is huge.
Wow.
This is huge. For
Oh,
this house keeps amazing. It's
just bringing more and more surprises. Yes, as you can see, I'm... Oh, yeah.
Are you having a moment?
Loads of
I'm
cupboards.
having a moment.
Loads of cupboards.
Oh,
No moments, not allowed yet. You'll be fine.
This is lovely.
so through there is your ensuite with a shower
Even
and
better.
a bath.
Gosh.
And then next door, if you decided to, you wanted friends to come and stay, they have their own very large double bedroom with a shower ensuite. So all 3 bedrooms have bathroom facilities.
Oh. That's ideal. Yeah, you couldn't
This is lovely.
ask for much more, could you? That's it.
Stop crying.
Well,
Oh,
there's one more thing I'm going to discuss with you outside, and then we are going to have to talk about the price.
yes.
All right? OK, let's
Right,
get back
let's go.
downstairs after you.
Oh, it's lovely.
We've clearly hit home for both Lynn and Charles. And on the doorstep, there are 3.5 acres of shared landscaped grounds, cared for under an annual service charge, as well as a private secluded courtyard.
So let's take a look at our garden, but still stay in the dry. Now, when you if you buy into a community like this, because anyway, that's what you're doing, you own your property, however, there are service charges.
Yep.
It's the one thing you've got to think of. It's about £3,700 a year.
Okay.
No, it's lovely.
It's lovely.
Absolutely lovely.
Could you see yourselves living somewhere like this?
Yes,
Yes.
without a doubt.
Definitely. Yes. Yes.
Dare we do the price now, then?
I think it's probably up near the top of our budget. I would say 520.
I think it's over budget. I think it's 550.
OK, well, the asking price is £499,950.
Oh, gosh. That's surprising.
That's
Lynn.
even better.
We've taken your breath away, haven't we?
You have, yes.
Nice.
Yes, yes.
A pleasant surprise.
Absolutely wonderful.
I guess you're going to want to have another look around then.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Please do.
Thank you.
No, thanks, Nikki.
Said it all, what a fantastic reaction. When you're taking people around a property, you never know how they're going to react. But that is what you're after. Oh, I'm so pleased.
Coming in below budget, this detached farm conversion offers a kitchen breakfast room, conservatory dining room, and 3 ensuite double bedrooms, all in an idyllic village location.
It's a house that we probably would never have thought of looking at ourselves. I know we said we wanted to be part of a community. We weren't thinking of a retirement community when we said that. But, you know, having seen the place and seen the house and seen the area, you know, it's changed our mind.
It met my expectations, actually, above and beyond them. Just fantastic. As soon as we walked into the hall and I saw the galleried landing, the big lounge, I just felt, yeah, this is where I want to be, yeah.
I'm very happy with what we've seen today.
I think we have taken a step closer to finding our next home. I really do, yes.
What a brilliant reaction to our house tour. Right, prepared to come out in the rain?
Yep.
Happy faces, tears of joy. What a way to end the day.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you love
Great.
that house.
We did.
Let's hit the
Let's
road.
go.
We're in the county of Dorset with romantic retirees Lynn and Charles, who have a budget of £530,000 to fulfil their dream of a home in the country. What they've seen so far has taken Lynn's breath away, but our mystery house is still to come, and it could end up being top of the class.
Can you imagine yourselves in this room?
I can.
Yeah, possibly.
Plus, I'm finding my way with Dorset's heritage finger posts.
Give it a bit of a wriggle first, see if it feels loose, and then it should just come off.
No! Now, we know that Charles and Lynn are serious about moving, so much so that they've put their house on the market, sold it, already moved out, and are now renting here in the county. That is what I call commitment. So imagine my delight yesterday when Lynn got very emotional during our second house tour and then completely lost it when we revealed the price. Brilliant news. Job done. Or is it? Because today we're going to show them our mystery house, which is a very different proposition from the previous two. We're going to offer them a small slice of Dorset's history.
Our mystery offering is in the village of Hinton St Mary. Less than a mile and a half away, the town of Sturminster Newton has a weekly market, and its many shops and services include greengrocers and traditional butchers. Back in Hinton St Mary, it's all about village life, with a hall, cricket pavilion, tree-lined lanes and a pub.
Most of the houses around here were built around the 16th century. The good news is your house is more modern. Yeah, built in the 1700s.
Oh, well.
Much better.
Just round this corner. So here is our mystery house.
And it's not thatched.
It's not thatched. And we are in the heart of a very gorgeous village.
It looks very attractive.
It does
I've
look
got
very
to say.
attractive, it
Very
does.
attractive.
Is it willing you in?
Oh, yes.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yes.
Super, right.
Can't wait to get inside now.
Lovely, I think we should.
Good.
Yes.
Our mystery house is very much a tale of two halves. Originally built around the 1700s as a modest workers' cottage, a schoolhouse was added in 1850. Now a Grade 2 listed home, the first reception is reached through a small lobby and has an interesting former life.
Come in. This actually would have been where the headmistress would have had her study, we believe, yeah. This
Right.
would have been her domain. Best behaviour, please.
Yes, I will behave.
While we're in the house, yes. First impressions as we walk in.
Very nice.
It's nice,
Yeah.
It is quaint, quirky,
yeah.
quaint.
Well, we picked the mystery house because I think it is a little bit of a challenge because this is quaint and intimate, but next door is very different. Let me show you.
And I'm not exaggerating, because via an inner hall, we reach a very grand formal dining room and linked drawing room.
Oh my goodness me.
Wow.
This is different, yes.
This is the old schoolroom
Right.
with that beautiful panelling. I mean, look at the height of the ceiling. This is where the lessons would have happened.
This is quite a room.
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's so different from next door.
Yes.
So different. It's absolutely lovely. It really is.
And this would have been one major room.
Right.
If you just take a look behind you, you can see as we walk through, there is your formal dining room, complete with panelling on the wall.
Quite amazing.
It is, yes.
It's huge.
Big.
It's not your average, is it?
No, it's
No.
not.
Can you imagine yourselves in this room?
I can.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm going to have to slightly manage your expectations though when I take you back next door and show you the kitchen.
Right.
OK? Just have that in your
Okay.
mind.
Okay.
The elegant formal reception rooms are possibly the trump card of this ground floor, which also includes a smaller breakfast room, flanked to one side by the conservatory Lynn asked for, as well as the kitchen.
It's a bit smaller than I would like. I do like the space for the double range. I do feel it's a bit...
Might need some care and attention.
So, you know, my thought would be, with the right permission, is extending it out, and then you could have the most amazing kitchen if you incorporated the two rooms.
Yeah.
Yes, the kitchen's a little bit of a disappointment.
Bit of a challenge.
It is.
Well, it is what it is.
Yep.
We are sort of two halves, aren't we, with this property?
Yeah, yeah. Quite
We are,
different.
yeah. Let's see if the same can be said for upstairs.
Okay.
Right.
A roller coaster of reactions to the rooms of the ground floor, but upstairs there are the 4 bedrooms thereafter. The largest guest room currently has twin beds, next to which is a single bedroom, and then an additional guest room that's being used for storage. These are all served by the family bathroom, and then there's the master with ensuite facilities.
Now, upstairs, you do get the feeling you're back into the older part of the property, the cottage.
That's a good size, yes.
Yep. Lovely views.
You also have an ensuite just behind me here. It is an unusual house, that's why it's our mystery.
Yeah.
I do like it, and the outside looks lovely. I just think we might have to spend quite a bit of money on it.
I think what's going through my mind is, you know, how much would it cost and how much would we have to spend, and is that going to work?
Well, we've glimpsed the garden. Let's take a look at it in all its beauty, because it is a fine garden.
Right.
And then we can talk about those finances.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Our intriguing mystery house is giving Lynn and Charles lots to ponder. And where better to mull things over than this very English country garden, featuring pretty borders as well as outbuildings, including a summer house.
How much time do you want to dedicate to gardening, you two?
Well, we'll get a gardener.
Oh, I love it. Yep, that's it. Like that. No
Leave it to the
messing.
professionals, yes.
So that you can enjoy it.
Yes, exactly.
So, my unusual property, but got to try and put a figure on it for the final time. How much is it on the market for?
I think it's right at the top of our budget. I would say at least 530,000.
Okay.
I'm thinking 560.
The asking price is just over your budget, £535,000. However, the owner is happy to have a conversation around the very top of your budget, which is 530.
Okay. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So we've taken you to the top, but it is a treasure, and we really wanted you to have a look at it. Would you like to take another look around on your own this time?
Yes,
Yes, I
okay.
think we should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lovely.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank
Lovely.
you.
Thank you.
Nikki.
Thanks,
Thank
Nikki.
you.
This pretty period home, converted from a schoolhouse, offers a formal dining room, drawing room and a conservatory, as well as 4 bedrooms, including the master ensuite. It comes with a lovely country garden and is in a central village location.
It's a lovely dining room,
It's
isn't
beautiful. Absolutely marvellous, stunning.
it? Yeah, it's
Good
certainly one of the
size,
high
yes,
points of the house, for
yes.
sure.
And the wood panelling is really lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely feature of the house.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
This was a really, really nice property. I mean, it truly was the mystery. I think that's a great description of it. Some stunning rooms in the property, some great gardens. I could get to learn to like this one, yeah.
I've probably put on the practical head this time instead of Charles. I feel it's not quite speaking to me. I'm not getting that vibe that's saying, yes, this is for you.
That's it now. We've shown you all 3 properties.
I have, yes.
Whew, exhausted?
A bit, yes.
Yeah. Lots to think about.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bet you want some time on your own as well,
Yeah,
don't
I
you?
think so.
You've got to sit
Yeah.
and work some things out and be realistic about a lot of things.
Yeah. And then hopefully give me some answers.
Yes, so
All
we
right.
will. We'll have some answers for you
Okay.
tonight.
Let's
Brilliant.
go.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Dorset's higgledy-piggledy lanes can make route finding a real challenge. So since the 17th century, a system of finger posts has been used to literally point the way. There have been up to 1,200 of these distinctive posts in the county, only temporarily removed during World War II in the hope of confusing potential enemy invaders. And this historic signage is once more under threat. 300 to 400 signs have been lost, and a further 400 are now in need of restoration. So a countrywide community initiative is hoping to save them. And I'm here to meet Catherine Wright from the organisation at the forefront.
So why, in your opinion, is it so important to keep this tradition alive?
Well, the organisation are unique finger posts, and by restoring them back to their traditional standards means that we are bringing back that local distinctiveness to the county. What makes ours unique is the special roundel on the top. You might recognise it. Is it looking very similar to the London Underground?
Yes,
Tube.
the tube.
Yes, and that's where the design had come from.
Each roundel has its own number, giving the grid reference of an Ordnance Survey map. It may seem archaic to the GPS generation, but this old-school technology remains crucial around these parts.
In a way, these signs are the sat-nav of yesteryear, but you also want them from the future as well, don't you?
A lot of sat-navs don't work around this rural part of the county, so they're vitally and needed for our area.
And is this post a good example?
The good part of it is it's still got its unique roundel on the top. The not so good thing about this sign is, unfortunately, over the years, it's been replaced with metal arms with stick-on letters. The traditional ones are oak with cast iron metal letters.
Around 400 volunteers are helping to repair and raise funds for replacement signs. And Catherine's taking me to meet one Dorset local who's using his skills as a sculptor to help return the post to an authentic state.
Well, this is Stephen,
Good to meet you.
Coles
Nice to meet you.
of Coles Casting, and here in East Melbury is where the start of the process begins with the cast metal letters.
If you'd like to follow me
Thank
this
you.
way, I can show
Into
you
the
what
workshop.
we
So you
do.
go.
And more importantly, into the dry today.
Yeah.
Must be a sense of satisfaction when you're driving around the country lanes and you see your work there.
Oh yeah, no, it is. To actually have them back to the original materials, yeah, it's just a nice addition to the county.
Stephen starts by making moulds using wooden letters and plates packed with sand. And today I'm going to help out.
We've got some sand that's already mixed up.
Yeah. Is this special sand?
This is kiln-dried sand that has been mixed with sodium silicate, which is a resin binder they used to use to preserve eggs during the war. You just want to sort of smush it in with your fingers, and you can be quite forceful with it. And what that does is that just makes sure that the sand spreads around evenly and sort of comes into contact properly with all the letters and the cavities. So sort of, and to the side as well.
Like
Yeah,
that?
that's it. Yeah, that looks, yeah. So then the final step is just to give it a nice sort of light pack down with this guy.
A gassing plate then uses carbon dioxide to alter the composition of the sand, causing it to harden up.
It's helping the sodium silicate to basically go hard. You felt how soft it was a minute ago. If you feel the difference, it's already,
Oh, yes,
it's already
changed.
going firm.
My goodness. And that is literally in 20 seconds or so.
Yeah.
Now to flip the moulds over and remove the plate to find out how we've done.
I want to give it a bit of a wriggle first, see if it feels loose, and then it should just come off.
No!
There you go.
One more
Or if not,
tap with this.
yeah, let's just... There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, that looks all right. That's good enough
Apart
to
from that
burn them
little
off.
blip there.
If you look on some of these guys, you can see where those rough edges are.
Yes, and
that's
that's
actually
what
what's
that
happened
is.
in the mould layer. So that's just something that'll file
But
back
that was,
off.
you'll be able to use this one, will you?
Yeah, that's fine. That's more than fine.
Metal is then melted and poured into these moulds. It's all recycled aluminium taken from old ladders, greenhouse frames and drinks cans. These cast letters will be cut out, filed, fixed to oak boards and painted. And today, Catherine's dad, Roger Bond, is leading the fixture of Dorset's latest replacement post.
This is it, the finished thing, the
This is
finished finger post.
First of 4 arms.
It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very clever the way it's put together.
And obviously, you've got to make sure it is pointing in the right direction, haven't you?
Otherwise, we'll be in trouble with the locals.
You will. But there's one thing missing, isn't there, Catherine?
One very important thing missing.
I learnt this. The roundel on the top. Is that correct, sir?
That's absolutely right.
Shall I get it?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Right. This is exciting. And look at that, the crowning glory.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. It looks amazing. And if you're escaping to the country, you have no excuse getting lost here in Dorset. So, how do you think we've done? Because it's not every day one of our house buyers is reduced to tears, but buying a property, it can be an emotional business. So in the cold light of day, are they really committed to our second property? And if they are, do you think they're going to put in an offer? I'm going to ask them. Well, Charles and Lynn, this is nearly the end of our time together in Dorset.
It's been great.
It's been really sad it's come to an end.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
We've seen quite a lot of the county over the last few days. And have we found you the home for you, I wonder?
We think you might, yes. We're hoping to go back, at least speak to the estate agents about house number 2.
Do you like the idea of living within that community?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably the one thing we need to explore a little bit is what would living in that community be like?
Yes.
So hence, going back, spending time with the estate people, probably chatting to some of the neighbours and just finding out what, life is like there.
And are you hoping to do this in the next few days?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Because we know you two like to move quite quickly.
Yes, we have that nasty habit.
You don't hang around.
The grass doesn't grow under our feet.
No, how lovely. Oh, my goodness. All the very best.
Thank you.
You're already committed to the county.
Absolutely.
I want you committed to our home. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for our week here in Dorset. Now, in my heart, I was hoping that Lynn and Charles were going to confirm they were going to put a definite offer in on our second property. However, I do understand their reticence and wanting to find more about living within the community. The great news is they've already moved to this beautiful part of the world, Dorset. So we'll just have to see how they get on. But whatever happens, we wish them all the best. And I'll see you again soon.
If you would like to escape to the country in Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales or England and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.